there. I mean, you can watch here too or whatever you do, but I hope this records. Okay. I might have to cut this music off because it's not going to let me do that if I'm live streaming. Okay. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys know if anything were to ever happen to, then I will be on why. You know what I mean? So let me get back into it. So when we are trying to level up in our lives, we gotta know that yay, got somebody over here. When we are trying to level up in our lives, we got to know that we have to completely shed our skin, right? So we're not going to be waking up doing the same shit that we were doing before. You're just not going to be doing that. And you will not want to because you're literally deciding to live a different life. Like if I did not want to weigh the 200 pounds, right? Then I'm not going to get up and talk at myself like I'm weighing 200 pounds. I'm just not going to do that, right? So when you are following the steps. Step one is self evaluate and leaving the old beliefs behind. Step two is self worth boosting. I call it self worth boosting. The reason why I call it self worth boosting is because here you are in this step, literally learning how to show yourself the self worth um, that you should have had initially, so you're aligning all of your creative tools, right? You're aligning all of your creative tools and building up your self-worth, your new self-worth. Okay, so it's going to be a completely new you. This is not going to be the same you. You cannot wake up acting the same way, talking the same way, thinking the same way, but expecting different results. You're not going to get it like that, right? So, what you have to do is in step two, make sure you are aligning all of your creative tools, which is your thinking, your speaking, your acting, and your emotions. You got to align all of these creative tools, right, with what it is that you desire. Okay. So in this particular example, we're talking about losing weight, right? So if I wanted to lose weight, what would I be doing in step two to align with my new desire? So say my ideal weight was 150 and I now weigh 200. In step two, I am going to start thinking like I weigh 150, my ideal weight. Okay. So when I go into the mirror, when I go and look at myself in the mirror, I'm going to think like, girl, you look good. You look great at this ideal weight, girl. I love that. Okay. I love the way you look. I love your smile. I love your energy. You look so beautiful, right? That's the way I'm going to be thinking. I'm not going to be thinking like, oh my God, I'm never going to lose this weight, right? I'm not going to be thinking that way. Okay. I'm not going to be thinking like, goodness, I'll never fit into these clothes that I desire. I'll never be able to fit into this outfit. I won't be thinking like that. Okay. Your thinking has to align with what it is that you desire, not what it is that you don't want. Okay. What else? Step two, you got to align your thinking with your speaking, with your actions and your emotions. Okay. So I gave you an example of thinking. And don't forget in the book, Manifest the Best, I walk you through all of this stuff step by step by step. Okay. I'm breezing through it because now we're on to the new book. So, of course, I have to go into that one too a little bit today. So I'm breezing sort of through this one. But if you want, the link is at weareallwinning.com and you can purchase the book. The discount code is available at the top of the website. Okay. Now, step two, what must your speaking sound like? Okay. Now, if you get on the phone and you talking to your girlfriends and you talking to your mama or your homies, right? And you're like, gosh, this weight is so hard to lose. Like, it's just horrible. Like, this is just the worst. I hate going to the gym. Like, I hate doing this, right? If you talk like that, if you talk like that, use your creative tool to talk like that, but then you expect to get to your ideal weight, you're not going to get there like that. Your creative tools must align with what it is that you desire. Okay. So you won't get there from there. What must your speaking sound like? Your speaking should sound like, girl, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to jump into this swimsuit. I'm ordering it right now. Yes, it's on sale. Girl, I got to get it now. I know I'm going to be able to fit it in a couple weeks. Okay. Yes, I feel like the weight has already dropped off now. I feel smaller already. Okay. That's how my conversation would be. Okay. Why is that? Why am I speaking like that? Okay. In order to create here in this world, on earth, I should say. Okay. Because I don't know how to do it everywhere else. I'm Venus, Pluto, Mars, all of that. But in order to create here, right, you must be what it is that you desire. So you must literally act like you already have what it is that you desire. You must take action like you already have it. So you going and buying that swimsuit is showing that you do have it. Okay. You are being it. Sorry, hold on, guys. I hope that's making sense. So yes, you've got to act like it's already yours. You've got to act like it's already done. Okay. You got to trust and know that is already done. So when you look in that mirror, you have to identify with that new ideal being, that new ideal weight. You got to see yourself as that and nothing less. You have to ignore what you see in this 3D world. When you're trying to create, you must actually ignore what you see. Okay, because what you see right now is only it's a byproduct of what you were thinking last year, last month, last week, okay, yesterday. Okay, this is a result of what you have been thinking in the past. Okay, so you mustn't pay attention to it and think that that is a true reflection of the new work that you are doing, because it's not. Okay. So, what else must you do? Remember, I said, babe, close the door, please. Hold on, my husband. Tell me to close the door. Which door, babe? Huh? I'm loud. I don't know if the door gonna help. He said I'm loud, y'all. The bedroom is right above the office. Oh, he said I'm loud. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my goodness. I gotta go somewhere. I'll go to another part of the house. Oh, I was like, who is that? I love you so much. How was your nap? Good? Okay, good. Huh? Okay, baby. I'm on live now. I love you. Shut that door for me. Huh? Okay, shut that door for me. Sorry, y'all. Um, what was I saying? Okay. Something about what was I saying, y'all? I'm a soft speaker. I can be loud and feisty too when I need to be. You love my hair. Thank you so much, Nene. Thank you. Hey, Amanda. I'm gonna come. Let me look at the comments, see who all up in here, because I've been yapping. Hey, Curtis. Hey, Somali. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, I call it the creative tool. Just subscribe. Oh, nice. Yes, to YouTube. So maybe I have a few more followers. I'm actually tired of being depressed. Good. You got to be tired, right? You want to make another you want to make another decision to be happy. Ask yourself, what are you depressed about? What are you depressed about, right? Oh, you got to be what you desire. Yes, thank you so much. Somebody was paying attention. Okay, can y'all give me 60 seconds to tap in that screen though? Can y'all tap that screen for me for 60 seconds? Power tap. Pop, 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 pop. While y'all do that, I will tell you guys about a little bit about who I am. Oh, thank you, Lexi. You see, when you manifest, I guess you have the intention of being. Okay, I'm gonna get right back to my teaching. So let me tell y'all a little bit about me. My name is Nikki. Um, I am a manifestation consultant. Okay. I love teaching people one on one, face to face. That's where I thrive. Okay. My oldest client has been 80 years old. My youngest has been 19. There has been nothing that we have not been able to work through. Why? Because I help you get to the power within, right? The power is within you. We just got to get to it. Right. So you give me a ready and willing individual, and I will help you change your life, baby, right? So I call my family here the winner circle. And our slogan is we are all winning.com. I mean, I always say .com because that's our website. We are all winning, right? The website is weareallwinning.com. But the reason why I call us the winners circle is because I want us focused on what? Winning, right? And our slogan is we are all winning, right? Why is it we are all winning? Because when we help uplift each other, what do you think what energy are we getting in return? When we uplift others, what energy are we getting in return? I already told you, you have creative tools, your thinking, your speaking, your actions, and your emotions. So when you use those creative tools to encourage, uplift others, right? We ain't got time for hate. Baby, I ain't got time to hate. My life is too great. Okay, that's for real. I do not have the energy to spend on like seriously hating on you, right? So here we uplift each other. Okay, we encourage each other. So that's why I call us the winner circle, and that's why our slogan is we are all winning. Okay, because I want all of y'all to win, right? Because I could just be waking up in my own personal life living happy as hell. But this is happens to be my calling. I love this stuff. So it's my passion to like teach people how to manipulate their energy, right? Their natural God-given right here on earth. We were never taught this stuff in school. Thank you guys for getting them likes up. Thank you guys so much. Um, so we were never taught this stuff in school, right? So I've been studying this stuff, been consumed with it. And when I tell y'all, I bring y'all the goods, I bring y'all stuff that gets y'all results. If it don't give you results, I don't even need to hear about it. Like, right? Like, don't even bring it to me. What's the point? Right? So I like talking about things that's actually going to be effective. So our website is weareallwinning.com. There you can find all of my services, my one-on-ones. We do Zoom groups, Zoom manifestation groups. We have for the month of June a feng shui class coming up. We have a vision board class coming up, and we also have a chat GPT class coming up. These are only $20 a class, and these are one-time classes, okay? Consider one of those. They're super fun, okay? They'll be super fun. Each month I'm going to be doing different classes, okay, just to keep it a little spunky, okay? If you are new here, my first book would be where you would want to start, Manifest the Best, because it is the foundation of my teachings, okay? If you've been here with me and you've been following along, you know we're on the second book, which is Manifestation Mastery, your guide to lasting transformation. So it's about maintaining that new identity, keeping hold of that transformation, and not allowing the 3D world to get you sucked back in and negate all the work that you put in. Okay. So that's what the second book is on. In the second book, you guys know that I include for free, I throw in for free my 528 hertz frequency track. Okay. This You know what? We be tripping. You gotta hit me up because I was thinking about doing that master license thing to offer out my course, my online course for people to sell. But you know what? I'm like, I should help other consultants, like help other people. Like I should really train people because that's the goal. We got to get this message out to as many people as we can, right? That is the goal, to get to keep spreading this stuff. And what I found is over the years, I used to try to force it down people's throats. So now I'm at the point where I understand that you just can't do that, you know. People, when they're ready, they will align with you, just like you guys are on this live, right? So we be tripping. If you are interested, please DM me. Also, only DM me if you're serious. Because I am a busy lady, okay? I'll be doing these one-on-ones and I'll be busy. Okay, so only if you are serious about it. It'll help on my spiritual journey. Okay. Yes. So you guys, please look at my services. Again, my website is weareallwinning.com. I would love to connect with any of you guys. I have something available at each price point. And I have some some people that have worked with me that are in this live. You can ask about me. I pride myself on having a great reputation, on actually connecting with everybody that I work with and genuinely helping them. Again, this is my calling. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're going to get back into these teachings. Okay. Weareallwinning.com. I wish that I could pin it, but I can't. Are you using the challenge? Oh my gosh. So what I use the chat GPT with in my second book, which is the latest book, because my first book I just wrote it all through like by myself, right? Manifest the Best, it's a fun fact, but Manifest the Best, my first book, was originally a kid's book. I was going to make that a kid's book, believe it or not. So I had that, I started writing it like 2 years ago. And so when I started doing the TikTok, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to transform that into an adult book. And I did. So I actually wrote that like 2 years ago. But for my newest book, I actually asked ChatGPT, hey, I need some crystal recommendations, some solfeggio frequency recommendations for these particular things. And I did put those things in my book. So like in my book, and I'll show you guys, in my book, I talk about the problem areas. The reason why I wrote the book is because I'm noticing and talking to enough people that I'm noticing their problems that they're still having after, you know, being working with them for a while, like listening, being on the live, people come, they're telling me issues, right? So the book is based off of what I have experienced with you guys. Now, for each chapter, what I also did was I found an inspiring affirmation quote that people can utilize, right, for each chapter, and crystal recommendations. Like some people are really into crystals, like me, okay, like me. So for those particular chapters and problems, I asked ChatGPT, hey, let me get some crystal recommendations, let me get some healing music recommendations, and some affirmations. Okay. So I use it for things like that. But my books, I write and I speak from, they pour out of me. Like I don't have to have it here in front of me, baby. This stuff it pours out of me. Right. So, I'm sure people can use it. There are people, there was something I saw people on Amazon were using Chat GPT to write books, but they have something that finds that now. So you got to be really careful with things like that. I think that it's fine that people can utilize Chat GPT to do certain things for them as long as they can back it up, right? If you can back it up, then so be it. But ChatGPT is the future. So, and I'm an entrepreneur, so I use it for my marketing. I use it all the time. So I'm here to help teach people because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of people that I work with are, they going after their goals, baby. So and the recording of the class. Yes, hold on. So goodness, it took so long to upload last night. You talking about from the master class on Saturday? Hold on, my dear, because let me check it. I went to bed, I left it. Okay, it uploaded. Whew, okay. Now let me make it public so that you can see it and then you can absolutely access it. Girl, it took so long. Um, I'll just change this stuff. It took so long last night. I was like, Cause when I be teaching, even on these TikToks, people be like, "Are you gonna upload this to YouTube?" Baby, I be on here for 2, 3, 4 hours, and like to download it, then upload it to like it be a lot for my little computers. Hold on. So um public. Okay. So it is. Hopefully, you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and you will see it now. So it should be there. Let me make sure it's in the right playlist. For those of you who don't know, I did a masterclass on trauma, anxiety, and depression on Saturday. Was it Saturday? So lesson recaps. It'll be under lesson recaps, okay, guys? So yes, it is uploaded. ChatGPT passed the bar. The info is so accurate. You're so smart. I love that. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, chat. Yeah, we gotta be forward thinking. Big Voice and Energy reminds me of the radio show Delilah Show. I've never heard of that. Benjamin Franklin. Nikki's amazing, and she does expect results. If you're in need of coaching, you won't be disappointed. Oh, thank you, Kim. Kim, I'm working with her. She did the 60-day plan. She is amazing. Let me tell you, when you guys go on your journey to like level up, when you go on that journey, you should be saturating your being with everything that aligns with what it is that you desire, right? You got to be consuming your mind with what it is that you desire and the way that you want to live your life, right? You got to be consuming your thoughts, everything, right? Um and Kim, she has done such a great job at just like doing the work that she needs to like have a better experience with life, right? We all want to have a better experience, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: not everybody will do the damn work. It's crazy. They will bitch and moan, baby, but they will not put in that work. So, kudos to the people that do what they got to do. Cheers to y'all, because you know what? It's your life. It ain't nobody else's life, baby. It ain't nobody else life. Thank you for that, Kim. Though Delilah is an upstate radio host, worldwide from upstate New York. Oh wow, that's awesome. I gotta look her up. Okay, so let's get back into the teachings, right? So in step 2, I want you to align all of your creative tools. Step 1 was self-evaluate. Ask your questions to get to the root cause of why you are experiencing what you are experiencing, right? So then once you do that, you can separate yourself from those feelings, from those sensations. You can say, you know what, I don't want to believe that anymore. I don't want to think that anymore, right? And then you can leave those old thoughts and feelings behind and move forward. Now that you are moving into step 2, you want to align everything that you desire, all of your creative tools with what you desire. Okay. So your thinking, your speaking, your actions, your emotions, all of this should align with what it is that you do want and not what it is that you do not want. Okay. So in this particular example, we are walking through losing weight. In step 1, you self evaluated, you figured out, oh, wow, the reason why I weigh this much is because I just always saw my family members, weighing this much or whatever. Okay, whatever the cause is, right? Whatever the root cause. Now you move to step 2. Now I don't want to believe that anymore. Just because my family is big doesn't mean I have to be big. Okay. So now I'm going to start seeing myself at that ideal weight. Now I'm going to start identifying with that ideal weight. Now I am going to start acting like I am at that ideal weight. I'm going to say, oh, girl, you look good every time I step in the mirror. Why? Because if I were that ideal weight, I would be saying, girl, you look good. Okay. So you got to act like you already are it. You got to act like you're already, um, living that life. Okay, you have to embody it, you have to be it. Let me explain something. If you want to create in this lifetime, the way to do it is to tap into that energy and be it. Okay, if you want to, say you were a little kid and you wanted to be Superman, you would put on the costume and act and talk like Superman, right? You do the same thing if you were trying to level up in your life. You act like you already have it. You speak like you are it. You think like you are it. And you invoke the emotions that it takes to feel like you are it. Does that make sense? Okay. Those are our creative tools. Thank you, Matt. These are our creative tools. You didn't come here to earth with these creative tools for no reason. Look around. Did the duck come with what the duck needed in order to survive and create here in this universe? Does the cow have what the cow needs? Does the cat have what the cat needs? Yes. And you too, my darling, a creator, came here with creative tools, which are your thinking, your speaking, your actions, and your emotions. Okay. Now, let me tell you the hiccup with step two. People will say, oh, well, I'm saying my affirmations. Oh, well, I'm talking positively about my life, but nothing's happening, right? I've been doing it and doing it, but nothing's happening. Well, I'm going to ask you, let's troubleshoot here, okay? Is your thinking aligning with those affirmations? Are your actions aligning with those affirmations? Okay. For instance, you know about people who pray, they pray, right? They pray, and they worry at the same time. What is that? How you gonna pray and worry at the same time? Those are opposite ends of the spectrum. You confusing us. You either gonna pray and have faith, or you're gonna worry. Okay. So it's the same thing. You can't be thinking negatively about yourself and your body image, but then be affirming, I'm beautiful, I am this, I'm that. It's not going to work, right? So everything must align. Troubleshoot. When you see that something is not happening in your life that you've been trying to manifest for a while, you have to troubleshoot. What could be stopping this? What is the blockage? Where am I getting stuck at? Why do I feel like this is not, you know what I'm saying? You got to troubleshoot. This is your life. You do not just sit back and settle. You got to ask yourself, what's happening here? You got to evaluate. You understand? Then, once you do step two, which is align all of your creative tools, then you move to step three. And what is step three in the book Manifest the Best? What's step three? Step three is self imprint. What do I mean by self imprint when in step three? So, self imprint means do step two over and over and over again until it is imprinted. That's what step two is. Okay. I mean, that's what step three is, imprinting, self imprinting. Okay. Excuse me. So that means that you must do step two over and over and over again until it becomes your new program. Does that make sense? You must do step two over and over and over again until it becomes your new program. Now, let me tell you all about these programs, okay? So that's the teachings, basically all like in a nutshell of Manifest the Best. We're teaching you the foundation of how to transform your life through the self-concept method. And through the self-concept method, you do that with 3 steps: self-evaluate, self-worth boosting, self-imprinting. Follow those 3 steps. Hey, Mechanics Diva. Oh, girl, Lakita. That's Lakita. Hey, girl. Follow those 3 steps, right? And you will change your life. Now, let's go back to the program, okay? So, you have a program that is playing out in your life, okay? The way that you got this particular program, and your program is what you see in your lifestyle, your love life, your health, the job that you work. This is your program, okay? You're just like a computer, okay? Now, you have this program. The way that you got this program is through repetition, okay, of situations, circumstances, conversations, relationships. That's how you got this program. Okay. Since the moment you were born, you have been accumulating experiences, and that's how you got this program. Okay. Now, again, I told you the way that the program got there is through repetition, but also through super traumatic experiences. Okay. That's how you got the program, as well as super exciting experiences. Okay. So traumatic experiences can leave an instant imprint, okay, on your program. Or super exciting experiences can leave an imprint on your program. Okay. So how do you get your program? Through repetition of circumstances, situations, conversations, relationships, or through traumatic experiences, or through super exciting experiences. So now you come and you say, Nikki, I want to change my program. I want to see something different. I want to experience a different lifestyle. I want to experience a different love. And I say, no problem. All you have to do is change your program. And you're going to say, well, Nikki, how do I change my program? And I'm going to say, well, how did it get there? It got there through repetition, trauma, or super exciting experiences, right? So the way that you want to change your program will probably be through repetition, right? Or super exciting experiences. Because you damn sure ain't gonna pick the trauma. I don't know who would pick the trauma, right? So repetition and exciting experiences. That's all that we need to do in order to change our program. Okay. So this is what that means, right? The reason why you have this program going is because it's embedded in you. You're on autopilot. You don't have to wake up and think about that lifestyle you're already living. You don't have to wake up and think about the money that you're making or not making. You don't have to wake up and think about the relationship that you're already in, right? Why? Because you're on autopilot with your current program. Now, if you want to change that, you will need to build up enough momentum, repetition for this new program to take over. Okay. In order to change that old program, you got to rewrite, you got to like overwrite it. You got to overwrite the old program. Okay. You got to fully overwrite it so that the new program will become embedded in you. Okay. So the problem is, this is another troubleshooting problem. Okay. If you don't have Manifest the Best, the book, I hope that you are taking your notes now. Okay. If you don't have the book, Manifest the Best, I hope you are taking your notes now. This is another moment to troubleshoot. Okay. If you notice that your manifestations are not coming to fruition, okay, another way you can figure out why, you can ask yourself, have you been repeatedly, okay, repeatedly embedding your new program? Have you been consistent? Okay. The problem is most people are not. They are only willing to put in a week's worth of change, a few days. You got 30 years, 20 years, 10 years worth of thinking embedded in you, and you want to come and do a week's worth of work and expect your life to completely change. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you now, that's not gonna happen. Okay. If you want long lasting results, if you want to actually change your program, you will need to fully embed it. Okay. Embed it with a new program. Okay. So and that leads us now into my next book, because the very first chapter is the power of consistency. Okay. So the power of consistency. Let me pull up my new book. I'm still let me see. Okay. be able to show you guys this book, but okay, so the first chapter I talk about consistency, right? So I give you guys a quote, I give you guys my input on the power of consistency. So to me, I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I feel like it should be easy to be consistent is because you should be tired of living that old life that you was living. To me, it should be like a no-brainer. Like, okay, I gotta be consistent with the new life that I want to live. That should be easy, right? But for some reason, people want to make this stuff harder than it really is, okay? If you want something different, baby, you're going to do what it takes to do it, to get to it, okay? So this is where I say you really get a chance to see how bad somebody really wants something. Okay. You're going to see how bad somebody really wants something. When somebody wants something, they're going to go and get it, right? You're going to go and get it. Ain't no stopping you. You're going to go get it. Okay. But one of the sayings that I follow here is what do I say? Taking action is the highest form of self-love. Okay. So if you do not put in the action, then baby, I can tell you, you do not value yourself. Because you will go to that 9 to 5, you will work your ass off, right? For them 8 hours. Okay. You will come in early. You will work on your off days. You will do everything you need to do for that person, that toxic ass relationship you up in. Okay. You'll forgive them people 50 million damn times when they're doing the bare minimum. Okay. See, we will allow these we will allow this grace to other people that we will not even allow for ourselves, and we will not put in the work, half the work that we would for these jobs and these other toxic ass people in our lives. So if you don't put in half the work that you will for these jobs and these other people, you got to ask yourself why. Because the reason why I wasn't doing it when I was in that 10-year ass toxic relationship is because I didn't value myself. If I valued myself, there was no way I would be settling. When you value yourself, baby, you ain't gonna settle. There's no way right now you can get me to go get a job, right? Mopping somebody's floors, because I just know that that's just not for me. Now, if my kids needed to eat and that was the last resort, you better believe, right? But at this point right now, I know that that's not for me. I barely want to mop my own damn floors, okay? So you're not gonna catch me. So I know my worth right now that I'm not doing it, okay? So I have my certain standards or things that I will not do, right? You got to have the same thing for the things you are willing to put in the work for. Okay, you got to be able to say, "Damn, I value my damn self so much. I'm gonna change my life. All this year. I'm gonna give myself 6 months to level the fuck up. I'm gonna pour into myself. I'm gonna master my mind, my thoughts. I'm gonna be listening to mentors. I'm gonna be doing what I got. Like, come on, people will go into the liquor store, baby, and spend $100 like that. But you tell them that that's how much it costs for mentorship. Oh, you didn't lost your mind. Really? Because you need to go and find yours. People will spend $100 on alcohol or weed or whatever. Okay, I love my Mary Jane too. Okay, no offense. Okay, right? But won't pour into themselves, their mind. You mean to tell me you're gonna live with depression? You're gonna live with anxiety? You won't pour into yourself in order to level up in your life? There's something wrong there. You do not value yourself. You got to pay attention to the decisions and actions that you're making in your life. Okay. Once I started discovering this manifestation stuff, my TV. Well, I barely watch TV. I guess it was an easy transition because I could care less about TV. But my TV went off, baby. So yeah, for the past 14 years, off. Right? And there's no TV allowed in my bedroom. Mm-mm. No, I am very guarded of my mind. See that music that we listen to and rock to? Yeah. Okay, if we at a party or something, okay. But as far as playing in my home, on a regular basis, daily, day in and day out? Nah, that shit they be talking about? Nah. Yeah, the beat is dope, but nah. Nah. Not the stuff they be talking about these days. Nah. Right? You got to be mindful. Everything that you do must align with what it is you desire. Okay? So if you want I didn't ran off. I'm supposed to be talking about the chapters. The chapter is power consistency. You must be consistent, okay? Day in and day out, right? Be consistent. If you want to level up and change your life, you got to be serious and let the universe know how serious you are, right? That doesn't mean be halfway stepping one day or 5 days out the week, but the other two, be consistent, okay? Be consistent, all right? So, what was my next chapter? Ah, let me see. Chapter 2, mind mastery, right? Okay, so when we're talking about mind mastery, sorry, I got my um, live over here going. So when we're talking about mind mastery, you have to be mindful of your mind, right? Look at Kim. Look at Kim. She says, I hardly ever watch TV. You got to be so mindful. Hey, pretty eyes, Tosh. How you doing, Tosh? Mwah. You got to be so mindful. Thank you, Couture. Thank you. I love you guys so much. I checked out mentally months ago. Well, baby, go get your mind. Come on back with us. Okay. Brianna says, yep, my job transferred me to a different department yesterday. I feel it's then prompted me to quit. Ooh, Brianna. Brianna, do you desire another job? Did you at some point ask for a different job? Are you unhappy there? What's going on? Tell me. Because this is the thing. We will ask, I know I didn't got off the book, but I'm going through your comments trying to answer y'all. We will ask the universe, we will ask the divine for something in our lives to change. And then when the universe tries to deliver it, we get scared. We run, we cry. Okay? Follow the path of least resistance. This is a great saying by Abraham Hicks. If you guys are not familiar with Abraham Hicks, look her up on the tube, okay? She helped change my life. All right. But you've got to take take the path of least resistance, which means go with the flow of what the universe is trying to deliver to you. Not everything is actually a setback. Some things are just there to help catapult you into what you really desire. But the universe knows that you're not going to make that move. So it may force you out of those situations intentionally and abruptly. Okay. You have to learn to listen. You got to be in tune. You got to know what's going on. I encourage people to always spend some damn time by yourself. Okay. You got to spend some time by yourself. All right. So that you know the inspired actions to take. I talk about that in the book too. It's negative energy. You're gorgeous. Thank you so much. Going through the same thing. Yep, happened to me. I want to manifest a baby, but I'm not sure what to do to align with that desire day to day. Caters, the way to do that is to see yourself holding your baby. You know, there is a such thing as divine timing that is at play when it comes to manifestations, because we are co-creating with God, the divine, right? And God, the divine, can move and maneuver things around better than we ever could. So you must trust in divine timing. You must know that God's timing is better than yours, right? But that means you have to allow it to happen, right? So what happens is a lot of times when we want such special desires, like, a baby or, marriage and things like that, we latch on to the lack of it being there. So you want it so badly that you may notice it not being there on a daily basis. And what happens is when you're thinking about it not being there so much, you cause a kink in the water hose. That's an analogy that I use. When you're thinking about your manifestation so much, you could be causing like a kink, a holdup in the flow. Okay, because your concentration, your focus is on the lack of it being there as opposed to what you truly desire. You got to use your special creative tool to focus on the end result of what you desire. So that means you have to think about that baby shower. Where are you having the baby at? What is your birth plan, girl? Get you a birth journal, okay? A pregnancy journal. Like, you got to start shopping for the baby clothes. These are the things that you would do if you were pregnant and about to have a baby. That's what you need to do. If you want to create in this life, you must be what it is that you desire. Okay? You must be what it is that you desire. Okay? Oh, yeah, she already got my chapters up. Thank you, girl. Okay, I want to manifest. Yes, applying for other jobs, but manifesting being a full time. Okay, now, Brianna, pick the job that you want to do. Pick. I always encourage when it comes to careers and stuff, align with your purpose. It don't have to be your purpose of a lifetime, but it has to be your purpose for now. This is where this is where you will have the most joy. This is where you will make the most money. Okay, the money will come easily when you desire waking up and doing what it is that you love. Okay, so if you can help it, I encourage doing that. Okay, that may mean you need to sit with yourself for a while and figure out what that is. What do I want to do right now? What can I see myself doing right now? Then you need to picture, envision that, speak that. Okay, I always give an example of a new job or whatever. I can go through that in a second too. Is quitting without the financial support. That is definitely scary, but okay, when you are playing, another analogy is a video game, right? Imagine my phone is about to die. Hold on, y'all. Y'all give me 60 seconds of power tapping. Let me go get my charger. Give me 60 seconds of power tapping. Baby, still awake? I'm waking you up. Sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for your patience. Okay. Fifi, you're funny. I listen to Abraham Hicks all the time now. Yes. Visualization is the best manifestation. You literally have to see yourself in what you're. Yes. I worked a job for 17 years. I started to hate, then God moved me out. Yes. I struggle with feeling like things are out of my reach. Yes. I get that. Lola. Hey, happy Nikki. Hippie Nikki, long time. Hey, can only be me. How you doing? Um, just stopping by to say hi. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Okay. So, someone was saying it's hard for them, and I'm going to get back to the book. I struggle with feeling like things are out of my reach. Lola said that, right? So, Lola, what I recommend is, right? Okay, if you can imagine it, that means that the reality exists. Okay, if you can imagine it, because you are a creator, that means you actually created that reality. Okay, now if you would like to get to that reality, all you have to do is jump into it, like be it, right? So, anytime we are looking at something outside, like it's outside of us, like it's something that we have to reach for, like it's something that we have to like achieve outside of us, then we're doing it wrong, okay? So you must always know that if you want something, you can have it by just being it. Fifi, yes, I believe that shadow work is necessary when you are trying to evolve. If you are trying to evolve as a human being, then you definitely need to do your shadow work, right? There's no getting around it. Um, yeah. So shadow work is sometimes, I feel necessary. Depends on what it is that you're trying to work through. Shadow work is really focusing on the things that the ugly the ugly pieces of you, right? The ugly things that make us who we are, right? Some people don't want to work through those things, right? Um, some things may be too painful for them. Some things may be, sometimes people just don't want to. It may be too deep for them, right? Some people don't feel like it's necessary. So it's really digging deep, right? There's a good and a bad to all of us, right? Ain't nobody out here perfect. I damn sure ain't. Okay, I'm feisty. I say it all the time. I'm feisty. Okay. I'm damn black and Rican, and I'm a Scorpio. So use your imagination. Okay. Use your imagination. All right. But yeah, so um there's dual sides to all of us, right? So I am not personally scared of doing the shadow work, of doing the healing, of doing the and looking within. I know my flaws. Okay, I know my flaws. You gotta really get to know who you are. You gotta really be accepting. You gotta really be open to seeing and accepting things about yourself that you may not want to, looking at things about yourself within yourself that you may not want to, and actually moving forward from it, you know. But that's the gist. I would say the best thing that I manifested was probably this engagement ring, or my husband, or this house we live in. Um, those are like really major ones. Those three things I would say are the major ones. Right now, one of my manifestations that's on my vision board is hitting 30K on TikTok. So I keep changing that that manifestation. It was first 1, then it was 5, now it's 30. Um, e-commerce is doing good. I have romantic moments, exotic travel. I'm looking at my vision board now. I'm like, what's been going on this year so far, right? I'm new to it, but I feel pulled to dig a little deeper. You're new to what? Manifestation or shadow work? How long did it take you? To manifest my husband, I put him on my vision board in January. He walked into my life in April. Now, when that happened, I had already been single for 3 years. And the only thing, so I had done some healing. That's when I did a lot of my shadow work, right? But at the end of the 3 years, I had a fuck buddy, right? So it wasn't until I let go of my fuck buddy on Thursday that I met my husband on Saturday. It was April 14th. I met him. So everything must align. So my actions were not yet aligning with me getting the husband and the love that I wanted because my focus and energy was on my fuck buddy. So the actions were I was still fucking my fuck buddy, right? And my focus and energy was on him. But my speaking was and my thinking, right? Because I put him on my damn vision board because so obviously I wanted a husband, right? But my thinking and feeling, my speaking was that I desired a husband. So until everything aligns, you're not going to see what it is that you want to see. You're not going to see what it is that you want to see. Everything must align. So, okay, January to April for the house, it was like a year. It was like a year. Um, what else did I say? Oh, for the engagement ring, I don't even know. I want to say maybe 2 years. I don't know. Maybe a year, 2 years. I'm not sure. How did you manifest your husband in your house? Yeah. So, again, it was about aligning with everything that I desired, right? So I manifested my husband by um, doing my healing work, right? Knowing that I was worthy of getting the type of love and relationship that I wanted and could actually enjoy, right? So I had to feel worthy of it. So during those 3 years, I was really like focusing on myself, having fun, building my self worth, changing who I was. The old me, I was throwing that old me out the window, right? And I was really becoming a new person, aligning my energy with the goals and desires that I had for my future. So, by me doing that, then he was able to come into my life. I made space for him by doing those things. So that's how that happened. And with the house, I put a picture. I wasn't specific with the house. All I did with the house was I put a picture of a house keys on my vision board. So yes, y'all gonna give me the 30,000 likes. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, honey. Wow, your screen just muted on me when you started talking about how you manifested hub. Really? The devil is. Oh, yes. How long after meeting him did he propose? See, this is another thing. When you know, you know. When I met him, I knew him the next morning. He knew me when he first met me. Right. But I knew the next morning when him and I linked up for a breakfast at a diner. And when he touched my hand, it was so like relaxing. It was like so calming, so soothing. I didn't get butterflies. I wasn't nervous. It just felt like really like, yeah, like calm, like this is it, right? And then when he kissed me, after we left the diner, he kissed me because I was on my way back to Virginia and he lived in Philly. I was in Philly. Oh my gosh, when he kissed me, it was like, I always said, I was like, I'm going to know my Prince Charming by his kiss and by his. But this was just the next morning. I didn't know what that was like. Yeah, but the kiss. stop me in my tracks, boy. It stopped me in my tracks. I loved it. I loved the kiss. Let me let my cat out. Hold on 1 second. Give me some tapping, y'all. Give me some tapping. I went upstairs. My hubby is knocked out. He is knocked out with the baby. But yeah, so I knew, I was like, yo, I'm gonna know by the way that my man kisses me, right? That's how I will know Prince Charming. And baby, when he kissed me, it was like time stopped. It was like time stopped. So, anyways, we met April 14th. I actually moved from Virginia to Philly 4 months later in August. And then we lived in Philly. And like the following year, I got pregnant, right? And the following year, like right after the baby was born, we moved into our house. Uh, a few months after we moved into our house, he proposed. So, and then a year after he proposed, we got married. So, when it's right, everything will flow and everything will sort of move somewhat fast because you'll both know, you know. So that's how that happened. I reached that point and met someone. It didn't work out, and I'm back to feeling broken and green. Okay, so Nafis, listen up. Use these people as gauges, basically, and say, okay, this person is didn't work out. That's helping me get 5 steps closer to the one that I'm supposed to be with, right? So we don't get discouraged by the people that show up. Everybody is a lesson, believe it or not. Every single person that you meet, there's a lesson in them for you. Whether it's the little kid that you meet in the grocery store for 2 seconds, or the person that you spent 10 years with in a toxic relationship, or the person that you spend your lifetime with, or your grandparent. Every single person that crosses your path for however long it needs to be, they will be there and they are a lesson for you. Okay? So, like, accept these people, circumstances, situations with open arms. This is your life. As long as you set the goal as to where you want to go, the divine has moved everything around for you to get to that goal. So every single person you meet along the way, they're there for a reason. Okay? Don't feel broken. Why would you feel broken? You don't have to feel broken. You're choosing to feel broken. You have a choice. You have a choice. Every single day when you wake up, you have a choice whether you want to go left or right. If you go right, you're deciding to have an amazing day. You're deciding to be happy. You're deciding to feel good, right? Now, if you go left, you're picking up from yesterday. You're choosing to be sad and depressed. So every single day, you literally have a fresh start. There's no reason why you should be choosing to hop back in a state of being that doesn't feel good to you. Okay? If I'm manifesting a baby, how do I act like it? I think I gave you how do I act like I'm pregnant or the baby is already here? Help a newbie. I would literally just be reading like as many pregnancy books as I could, watching pregnancy videos, You know, I mean, I wish I could explain how contractions feel or like what it feels like to have the baby kicking in your belly. But I mean, you will experience, once you experience it, you will know that it's sort of hard to like explain. So, I wouldn't necessarily like, let that stop me. What I would focus on is how would it feel to you if you were holding your baby? Okay. How would it feel to you if you were singing your baby a lullaby at night? Do you have the things necessary for the baby? Have you started preparing for the baby? Those are the things that I would sort of like focus on. Okay. Yes, God is good. Did you manifest the type? Did you manifest the type of house, or was that his? I did not manifest specifically a type of house. I know a lot of people like to be like very specific with their manifestations. Um, I was really open to any type of house at that point, as long as it was bigger than the 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200 square foot that we were already in. So I would have never imagined that we would have been able to be in this house though. We have an office. We have a huge basement that we're making into a theater, and we have a fitness center down there, right? We have we have just like so much space. We have a huge family room. Then we have separate, of course, living room, all that stuff. We have a huge, like half-acre backyard, right? I wouldn't have physically even thought, okay, this would have been capable, we would have been capable of this 3 years ago. That's not, I was just thinking, oh, I just want a nice house, right? But it is more than nice. But let me tell you, this house was sitting for almost 10 years empty, waiting on us. This is how you got to know that the universe, the divine is working with you. The neighbors actually wanted to buy this house and they could never find out how to buy the damn house. Why? Because it was waiting for us to move here. Okay. So things are always working out in your favor. And oh my gosh, what's even crazier is his mom, right? My husband's mother. This is so crazy how the universe is, y'all. Years ago, like maybe 20, 30 years ago, right? She used to work with disabled young adults, and they would do like work for companies, right? Well, this young man that she worked with had to make copies of blueprints of the homes, these homes, this neighborhood. So, and she said when we surprised her with the house here, she was like, "Oh my God, I remember looking at the blueprints of this community 30 years ago and wondering, like, wow, those houses seem nice, right?" And here she was 30 years later, like, walking. It couldn't, was this 2001? Whenever they first started. Oh, totally. I love you so much. Hey, man, where you been? Where you been? I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. Let me write this down. I got to give you a call tomorrow because you and I, crystals, I want to, I've been sending people to y'all. So I just want to talk more about the crystal stuff. So can I call you tomorrow, total you? What's today? Tuesday, the 6th. Okay. Total you and I crystal. I gotta take care of that stuff tomorrow. So in my new book, I give, like I said, those crystal recommendations. And in my new book, I wanted to put two businesses that I could refer for those crystals. So I wanted to speak with you, Total You, about, listing your information in my new ebook, and I crystal you as well. Okay. See if you guys were okay with that. I mean, Marcus crystals. Why I say I crystals? Clarity, yes. I'm setting boundaries and dating like never before. I don't even recognize. Yes, your hub is here. He ain't coming. He's here. Okay. Doesn't mean you aren't valuable. It's just not a best fit. Yes, he hurt me so bad. I love him and wanted a long term relationship. But guess what? Count your blessings. Yes, because if he's gone, that means that, again, you're 10 steps closer to the love that you truly desire. How many of us have thought or known, or thought, basically, thought that we knew what we needed when we needed it, right? I forced that damn relationship that I was in so much because I wanted it, because I thought it was where I was supposed to be. Why? Why do that? Mm-mm. Don't do that. Oh no, don't catch my bodysuit. Okay. I'm learning to let go, but it still hurts. Yeah. Girl, let that shit hurt for a few minutes and then keep it moving, girl. You know the best way to get over something is to get a distraction. Get a distraction. So she manifested it. Gratitude. This helps me see proof of. Absolutely. Total you hi and thanks for my necklaces. Oh, see, yes. Okay, Lakita, I remember you saying that you ordered something. I could just hear you on Mama Netta's. Who's Mama Netta? Mama Netta? Love you, Nikki. Hey, Jasmine! Jasmine, how you doing, honey? That was another one that I worked with for a long term. I love you so much, my darling. I hope you're doing good. I hope the babies are doing good. Yes. Um, so yeah. All right, I was checking to see if there were any questions um in the comments for me. So good. That's so good, Jasmine. I love you guys so much. I'm so proud of everybody. I literally manifested what seems like the perfect man for me. Oh my goodness. That is good. I love love. I really do. I love love. Joy, we are doing good. What would be a good thing to start to refocus and help us? Yeah, yeah. Yes. So, oh yeah, chapter 2. What would be, let me answer this question. What would be a good thing to start to refocus and keep myself out of my head? Um, so I'm just gonna always revert back to this. Focus on what you desire, not what you don't want. Your mind is a super creative tool. So when you say you want to get out of your head, right? What you really want to do is get your mind to thinking and focusing on things that make you feel good. All right. So if I know that I'm about to have a challenging day or something like that, right? Like I don't know if you guys were on with me the other day. Cash was driving me crazy. Somebody in the live was driving me crazy. I was just like, what is happening this morning? Okay. You got to have a backup plan. All right. What do? I go and watch comedy skits. What do? I go and I play with my cats. They like playing fetch and stuff. What do? I go and I play with my baby. Or I listen to a good playlist, okay? So you have to have your backup plan. You got to know what works for you, what feels good to you, right? And you got to do that. That's what you got to do, okay? So let me rewind. Here you are present with me. The moment your mind starts drifting to the future, thinking about things that haven't even happened yet, okay, that's you living in anxiety. Okay. If you remain there long enough, you will create a state of being. Okay. And then you'll be saying, I have anxiety. I have anxiety. You'll be claiming it. Okay. If you are thinking about the past, thinking about things that already happened, thinking about things that you can no longer control. That's depression. Okay. If your mind is thinking about depressive thoughts long enough, it will create a state of being for you, which will be depression. Right. So when these things happen, when your mind drifts off like that, you must stop that thought dead in its tracks. Bring yourself back to the present moment, like right now. What's that smell? What's that I hear? What's that I taste? What's that I see? You're bringing yourself back to the present moment. When you bring yourself back to the present moment, this is where you take your action to align with what it is that you do want. So here's where you may say an affirmation to align with what you do want. Here is where you may do something physically that aligns with what you do want, right? So it's about mind mastery. It took me about 6 years to get a hold of my thoughts. I ain't even gonna lie, because I started at 19. I didn't know what I was doing. Nobody told me what I needed to do. I was just trying to figure it out. But all you really have to do is practice controlling your thoughts, which is stopping your thoughts when they get started, bringing yourself back to the present moment, redirecting it where you want it to be. Okay. All right. So that's called mind mastery, and you want to continue to do that. Okay. Over and over and over again. Okay. So my soon-to-be ex narc gets me triggered in my head, of course. Now let me explain to you something about that, Candy Girl. Okay. If it looks like you may be Caucasian or something, right, Candy Girl? So if a little boy walks up to you in the grocery store and says, "Oh my gosh, you are a purple giant, or you are a African American lady," right? You'd brush it off and laugh it off. Why? Because you don't identify with that, right? You know you're not a big black lady. You know you're not a purple giant or whatever I said, right? Whatever the little boy said, okay? You know you are a Caucasian woman, right? So whatever that little boy says to you, you're going to brush that shit off and keep it moving. You're going to get back to grocery shopping. You need to do the same thing with your ex. You get what I'm saying? When you react, you are responding to that role. When you react, you are giving energy to that script. Okay. So you got to ignore it. That means you're taking your focus off of it. And if you take your focus off of it, it actually doesn't exist. What color are my nails? Yeah, I haven't done a nail check in a few. So these have flames on them. These have flames on them. Nikki, love you too. Oh, I love you so much, Nikki. Totally. Mwah. Thank you, honey. Yeah, Candy. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah, I don't react to him, but I react to myself. Same thing. Same thing. Okay. If you react to it, you react to it. Okay. So, yeah, just brush it off. Understand that it's like this, guys. It's like this. Another analogy. Here goes another analogy. Okay. You're writing a book, right? Your life is a book. Right now, you're in chapter one. You're in chapter one. Okay. So today, June 6th, you're going to start writing chapter two, which means you're going to stop reacting to the old things, same old things. You're going to start talking differently. You're going to start being differently, right? In chapter two. Today's June 6th, right? The problem is, chapter one still has to play out. The script has to end, right? The good thing is you started chapter two, so you're not going to participate in chapter one any longer. Okay. But you understand that chapter one has to finish playing out. It doesn't just abruptly end because you've started chapter two. No, that's not the way it works. Chapter one has to finish playing out because it has so much momentum there and because there is a script that is already written there. But now that you've started writing chapter two, the good thing is chapter one will end. It will end. And chapter two will pick up as soon as chapter one ends, right? Now, the problem is people do not give enough momentum to chapter two. They don't write enough of the script. They start for a week, they give it a week's worth of script, but then they give up. Well, what happens when you give up? Well, chapter one's going to take back over because that one has the most momentum behind it. Okay. So when you start changing your life and leveling up, you have to ignore everything in chapter one that's still playing out. You can't react to it. You can't acknowledge it. Okay? That's your old script. The moment you start jumping back into it, acknowledging it, participating in it, believing the old thoughts, you are then picking up the momentum of chapter one even more. You get what I'm saying? You must ignore everything that you see in chapter one, continue with the momentum of chapter two, and write your new script. And then one at some point, right? Chapter two is going to pick up and take over. But you got to build that momentum. Okay? You got to build that momentum. Did that make sense? I hope that that made sense. Raise your hand if that made sense, guys. Raise your hand, raise your hand. Did that make sense? Can I get a hand raised? Okay, good. Like, did that make sense? Mute. Good, good, good. Any other questions? Hey, love to travel. Hey, girl. I love seeing my regulars. Any other manifestation questions, right? Um, Let me give you an example of like with the job thing, because somebody was in here talking about a job, right? Okay. Say that I work, in a fast food restaurant right now, but I know I want to be an RA, RN, an RN. Okay. I know I want to be an RN, but I work at a fast food joint. How would I go about doing this, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm probably now, okay, I work at the fast food joint. This is the old Nikki, right? This is Nikki in chapter one, okay? But I want to now be an RN. So what I have to do is, first things first, I'm probably going to be going on YouTube, figuring out what they do. What does an RN do? What is it like in the life of an RN? What do they experience? What education do they have to take? Right? Okay. I'm going to be doing all of that. And then I'm going to see, oh, wow, they wear scrubs. I might buy me a pair, okay, just so I could sort of get into the mode of it, okay, the persona of it, okay. I know that I'm going to be doing the research of it, of RN, so I'm going to be learning about it, okay. I know I may buy some scrubs, then I'll be dressing like one, right? Then I may go and look into the education. I'm going to actually take action, right? And go and sign up for the education. Then, while I'm doing the education, I'm going to start thinking like an RN, aren't I? Yeah. What I'm doing is consuming my being with being an RN. I may go in and work at a doctor's office, right? I'm going to start acting like it. Okay. I have not yet become an RN, but I'm going to start acting the part, right? Then, when I have enough education under my belt, I can take the test, right? I can take the test to become an RN. And then I take the test and I pass it, and I actually can call myself an RN. So before I actually became the RN, I started acting the part. I may have started talking the part. I started believing it. I started seeing myself in that role. And then you become it. Okay. Then you are it. Okay. So you have to be what it is that you desire. Hey, Steph. Hey, girl. You have to be what it is that you desire so that you can actually, exude it from the inside out so that you can call yourself it. Love you so much. Love you so much, Total You. Thank you so much. Okay, so did that make sense with the example? I started real estate class 2 days ago now, manifesting passing the exam. How long is your class, Nafis? How long is your class? Hey, TT. 4 weeks. Okay, girl. Yes. So, yes, start picturing yourself actually celebrating after the fact, right? Start picking out your brokerage where you're going to hold your license, okay? That's what I would be focused on, where I'm going to eat for dinner to celebrate me getting mine. Because once you pass with the class, you're going to have to go and take the state exam, right? Are you going to take the state exam right away? Are you going to take the state exam? Okay, good. That's the best way to do it. I have my license here in Jersey. So right now, you guys are experiencing me transition from being a realtor to a full-time manifestation consultant. So the things that I tell you guys to do is because I have to be bold enough to do it myself, right? Okay. So since January, I've sort of been transitioning. So, and then with my real estate license, I passed the school exam first try, but the state one, I failed on the first try. I failed it by 7 points. That was on a Friday. I retook it on Sunday. Boom, I got the license, right? So if you fail, so what? You can take it again, right? Release that stress. It's crazy because I have so many realtors aligned with my lies, and I don't be saying that I'm a realtor, but it's so crazy. But yeah, so if you fail, if you were to fail, who cares? You can always take it again, right? So no biggie. Take that power back from, take that fear out. Like let it, release it, release the fear is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, girl. So just worry about what you gonna wear to your celebration dinner, right? That's what you should think about. Funny, y'all brought this up. I took a real estate course too. I just haven't taken the exam. Oh my goodness. Really? Wow. There's a lot of realtors, or about soon to be realtors in here. I'm going to cut off this Y tube